ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors. I am your freaky host for the Friday night Low-down, Throwdown, Hoedown, Bring Her Down, whatever the title is. I am Fritos. I am riding solo tonight, which, I'm kind of used to it. But get your head out of those gutters, because I've done a solo show before, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. We're not that type of podcast here. But I am running the show by myself tonight. It is the weekend before St. Patty's Day. So if you are celebrating St. Patty's Day, remember, drink responsibly. Don't be like me. Don't be an idiot and black out and puke everywhere and order McDonald's and forget about it. And then it's left out and you have a raccoon in your front yard and you're fighting a raccoon at 5 o'clock in the morning. Because I've been there. It is not fun. So be responsible. Mix a water in there. Get a delicious meal. It's thundering light. I'm from the Midwest, and we are suffering some severe thunderstorms, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the Midwest area, please stay safe. Make sure you have some backup emergency supplies, batteries, keep that radio on, charge your phone, flashlights, the whole shebang. But if you're a true Midwestern like me, you don't care. I'm about to go out fight the storm. I'm going to show the storm what's up and give it an RKO. Yeah. But we had a Friday night Smackdown in Barcelona, Spain, starting off the WrestleMania tour with overseas. We had the show started off essentially with LA Knight kicking off the show with a decent little pop. Jimmy Uso came out and says he's looking for a spot in the WrestleMania card and he's looking at the U.S. men's title. We've seen some heavy teases, and we predicted here from the We Book It podcast that Jimmy's time to shine is going to be the mid-card with the men's. If they do it that way with LA versus Jimmy, I'd be interested in it. But before anything else further comes along, we had Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga arrive. Trash talking, then Braun Strowman showed up to even out the odds since he's got that little feud going off with Solo and Fatu, which leads us to our 6-man tag team match between the new Bloodline versus Braun Strowman, LA Knight, and Jimmy Uso. A fairly decent match here with Braun Strowman securing the win. Afterwards, we had an attack from... apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Throat. Had a couple of beverages to get ready for St. Patty's Day. From a Simone Spike from Solo. And the fight ended with Fatu putting Braun through a barricade. Interesting match. I thought it was extremely good because it's building up some missing pieces into the card for WrestleMania. Who's LA Knight going to face? This is just, we always thought about it's going to be Solo versus Jacob Fatu, but I really think it's just going to be Fatu versus Braun Strowman, and Braun putting Fatu over going to WrestleMania, and maybe they're going to build up further down the line this year, maybe next Mania, SummerSlam, for eventually Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. Give me a second here. Technology, I hate it. Then our next match of the night is B-Fab versus Charlotte Flair. But before that, we had a Jade Cargill interview with Kathy Kelly, which was pre-recorded, and essentially Liv and Raquel showed up and was yelling at Jade and just upset how they were getting the blame for Jade's attack, and essentially just almost building up a new feud, essentially, after all of this. But the next match, like I stated earlier, was B-Fab taking on Charlotte Flair. B-Fab is kind of almost in the odd spot. Is she a tag team? Is she going solo? We don't know, but we definitely know B-Fab's got some talent, and they need to promote her a little bit better. But their match with B-Fab and Charlotte, the match was highlighted with Charlotte rolling up B-Fab and while holding her own in a head scissor, but the huge experience gap led into some awkward moments. That being said, with this probably is the best B-Fab has looked a while in the ring. Charlotte took the win. Then afterwards, Tiffany Stratton came out and all chaos broke loose. Tiffany, being your women's champion, and with Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble, there's some tensions building up between the two, especially what's been going on lately with SmackDown, and just chaos and just them fighting nonstop throughout this pure chaos. I give the match itself almost like a C-ish. fairly entertaining. It's definitely highlighting BFAB more, but they need to give her a little bit more direction of what she's going to be doing. Is she going to be in a faction with Michin? Is she going to be in a tag team with Michin? Or is she going to be doing a solo run? I would like to see some more direction with this, but with the Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton stuff, it's just adding a little special flair to it, essentially, ladies and gentlemen. They're just trying to ramp it up, hype it up. I'm assuming this is going to be a mid-card right now, just the way everything is playing out in WrestleMania season. As much as I want to say this is probably up there for one of the better matches, and we know this is going to be a top-tier match in the WrestleMania card. We got two amazing female athletes. But right now, the way this WrestleMania is being worked out and planned out, potentially one of the most stacked WrestleManias, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we say that every year is WrestleMania stacked, but essentially this one is stacked. We got Cena turning heel. We don't know what exactly is going to happen. There's some rumblings going around, tag teams with that. We don't know. We've got Jay versus Gunther. We've got the whole Bianca and Naomi. We got the potential of the triple threat match, and now the potential with LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. And then there's rumblings of a multi-man intercontinental tag team match. So this is just trying, amp up one of the cards in the spot, but nothing wrong with that. Then next, we have the Cody Rhodes coming on Miz TV. Nothing really to write too much about this. Cody was just a guest on his show. Miz interrupted him, and Cody's just on a rampage. He wants answers, and like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, we the people deserve the answers here. Come on, John. What are you doing? Why? Why did you do it for The Rock? We need to know. Huh? Look at you, John. We all can see you, you snake. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mike, if you see this later, I do apologize. I don't. But anyways, nothing too much to write off. He attacks Miz while he interrupts him and is just saying the only person he's going to talk to is John. He's upset, and we just want to figure out the answers. And they're just, adding a little bit more flair to the storyline to amp up WrestleMania. Then the next match of the night is Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. After a backstage argument, Shinsuke and Damian Priest were booked for a singles match. Nakamura had control early on, but Priest was able to rebound and overpower him. Essentially, Damian won the match due to disqualification due to Drew McIntyre. We had an earlier segment, pre-recorded segment, where Drew was upset at Damian for essentially being his scapegoat, why he didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship, the failure to cash in the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber. So you're definitely seeing the build-up for their match in WrestleMania. Thought the match itself was all right. It's definitely giving Shinsuke something to do, because I feel like right now they're going to pull Shinsuke from U.S. men's title, and he's kind of going to be in this odd spot right now. Not similar to BFAB, as I mentioned earlier, but he's definitely going to be in that weird spot where you want him to be in the World Heavyweight title championship, right? He's got the capabilities. We all know that. But right now, the way everything's playing out, he's not in the picture. And with the storylines with the mid-card titles, it's kind of odd, too. He's not fitting that picture. So it's kind of just giving, I guess, a feel for what they're going to do with Shinsuke. But definitely this is a build-up, like I said, for Damian and Drew going into WrestleMania. I like it. I know it's definitely trying to get footing for Damian. It seems like they're trying to find his character again. After, a few times already, I know as Virgil has mentioned before, they keep trying to find his character, but I think Drew's going to bring out the best of Damian in this feud, especially into WrestleMania. But we'll keep an eye on that. Then we go into our next match of the night, Carmelo Hayes versus Randy Orton. The one thing I'm going to say about this, and give credit to the overseas crowds, is that they really know how to do it for the big time stars. Randy Orton, AJ Styles, these guys, they know how to sing their entrance songs. And Randy Orton, everyone in that crowd was singing Orton's song. I'll give credit to Randy too for how amazing of a wrestler he is. But that crowd itself singing for Randy, beautiful moment. But as I stated, we have Carmelo Hayes versus Randy Orton. Essentially, we had a bunch of power moves from Randy taking over Carmelo. Randy defeated Carmelo. In the very end, the Viper offered a handshake with Carmelo, and Carmelo refused, so Orton hit him with a second RKO, and he's going to line him up for a punt. But Kevin Owens came out of nowhere and saved him, and he chased KO out of the area to end the segment. It's definitely showing the highlights of Carmelo in this whole everything. He's been going against top guys ever since he's came on to SmackDown. So Carmelo is definitely the future of the company. Triple H knows it. We all know it. They're just slowly building. It's like Virgil said, the losses count. And the fact that he's losing to greats like he's lost Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, all these other guys, showing you that they have a lot of trust in him. So I want to be, if you're a big Carmelo Hayes fan, don't be too upset. Just let it burn a bit. Wait a couple more years. He will be on the top card. He will be on those stars that you will see on the lunch boxes, on the t-shirts, on the posters, everywhere. But with the punt situation, we know that this is leading between Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. We're starting to get some of those banned illegal moves, and the punt's been one for a while. When we finally see this punt on Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, it's going to be in there for one of the most historic moments in WrestleMania history, ladies and gentlemen. So I know they keep teasing it, but when they finally pay it off, it's going to be fantastic. Then the next match was Gunther versus Axiom. Gunther came out and said he wanted to make an example of a wrestler from Spain, so they brought out NXT's Axiom for the match. Spanish crowd got behind Axiom whenever he got put together some offense, but the ring... thunder there. Lightning jet, ladies and gentlemen. Spooky. Power behind it, but essentially Gunther, of course, being the powerhouse he is, defeated Axiom. Solid match. It's definitely showing up some of the European stars for sure. I'm glad they're bringing up Axiom. I'm assuming potentially maybe after their feuds in NXT with the Hardy brothers that we're going to see Axiom and Fraser in the main roster. Either maybe they're going to split them up or keep them together as a tag team, but definitely it gives Axiom some highlight. And Gunther's something to do to, continue on from it. Then we go to our main event of the night, DIY versus Street Profits for the tag team match. We had Pretty Deadly from behind winning their match last week, watching to see who they're going to face for the tag titles. Montez and Angelo had a chance to get back on top this week. The challenge, like I said earlier, DIY. Ford and Dawkins used their size advantage to double and some double team tactics to take control. It took DIY until the commercial break to get some breathing. Ford and Dawkins have been here before, but this feels like the start of something different. Tag team, But yeah, essentially, Street Profits have won the tag team, so Pretty Deadly will be going against them next week, which has been interesting to see all these exchanges of titles, essentially. What we had with the U.S. men's, what we had with the women's world championship, and now with the tag team. So they're definitely shaking some things up in the card for WrestleMania. Like I said, we talked about the triple threat match. We had it maybe Rhea holding it, but now Triple H is throwing it a little wrench with Io holding the title. We didn't know what was going on with the U.S. men's. Now we have LA Knight and see who he's going against. And now we have the Street Profits, and they're going against Pretty Deadly. So definitely this has shaken a lot of things up in WrestleMania, especially since we have 2 nights going on. So this is, I say, a decent show to lead into WrestleMania. This is the road to WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. But so just this, I give the show a solid B. Nothing too great to write off. Nothing too bad. Some minor things. But this has been your host, the freaky one, Fritos. And we need you to do something for us, ladies and gentlemen. We need you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to hit, I believe, 2,000 subscribers. I know we keep pushing it back. We've gotten some things going on. But we are trying to get this goal. And if you help us reach this goal, I'm going to help you, give you the best content ever. Like I said previously, we're discussing maybe potentially doing a gaming channel. If you have certain games you would like to see us play and talk and hang out, leave a comment here. We want to know, because I plan on doing some of that. I like gaming. I like talking. So let's do it together, ladies and gentlemen. It'd be fun. And if you want anything else from us, skits, anything like that, I don't know. I'm just here. I just do what the people tell me to do. But let us know. Write something down in these comments. Well, this has been your freaky one again. Freaky Fritos. For the host for the Friday night Smackdown, Throwdown, Hoedown, Low-down, bring it around town, break it egg, do whatever else to it. Wishing you all have a great night and a safe weekend. Remember, if you're celebrating St. Patty's Day or you're in the Midwest, stay safe. Mix a couple of waters in there. Fight that tornado that's in your front yard and have a good time. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.